guys. Achievement Hunter is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Don't let hackers get a hold of your financial data. That's pretty important stuff. So, secure your data at expressvpn.com/achievement.
Welcome back to Technical Difficulties number 3, coming to you once again not live from my virus-proof strategic bunker/suburban home. Today's show is going to be a little different. I'm putting aside most of the jokes, and we're going to do some serious building. Parents out there, this one's for you. And the rest of you might be parents someday, or had parents, unless you were born in a tube. So during this lockdown, the average parent has been tasked with also becoming a full-time teacher to their children. Last week, Eli was studying earthquakes, and the materials they included set us parents up for failure. Parents, we know we can't let our kids beat us when they're young. Anytime they beat us in something, it makes them think they know more than we do. Lose a game of checkers? Suddenly they think they can drive the car. You're 9, your feet don't even reach the pedals. So here's the experiment. Building a shake table. Admittedly, it's a pretty easy thing to put together for most parents. You've got everything you need around the house. All you need is a couple pieces of cardboard, tennis balls, gym clips, 2 rubber bands, and a paint stir. The idea is you build this little cardboard jiggle stack and try to shake their building down so they learn about reinforced construction. Problem is, reality rarely gives you a polite little shimmy by the paint stick. Usually grabs you by the ears and slings you like a carnival ride. Let's figure out how to kick this thing up to 11 and show these kids what's really waiting for them out there. Experiment 1. Let's replace this hand jiggle with something a little bit more exotic, like a carving knife. Fine, we'll just use it to move it. All right, so quick and dirty, I just taped the blade of the carving knife to the handle that we had on here before, and now let's see if that shakes the house down. For safety, I unplugged it, and then I forgot to plug it back in. So unprofessional. Well, it made the house leave. Okay, now let's see what happens. I think we're onto something, but maybe we need to step it up a notch. It stood up to the carving knife, but can it take a jigsaw? Science doesn't always have to be lethal, but it's more fun when it is. Remember kids, keep it unplugged. This probably falls under the category of don't try it at home. Alright, so after a little bit of reworking there, the Play-Doh had kind of dried out, which made it structurally unsound, before I shake it apart with this jigsaw. So, I think we're ready for the second test. Here we go. Yeah. But I still think we can go bigger. For experiment 2, let's ditch this cardboard for something that can take a little bit more of a beating. I'm replacing the cardboard frame with one made from some scrap wood I had in my garage. If you don't have any, you could always just rip a fence board off and use that. If your neighbors ask, just scream science at them as loud as possible and scurry away. Find that keeps them from asking questions for at least a week. I'm releasing the balls back into the wild. They're free now. And replacing them with springs. I had these because I needed to replace the spring on my gate latch and I bought the wrong size. Twice. But my third guess was dead on. After I finished the frame, I put some legs on it to raise it up a bit so it'd be easier to work on. Also, turns out you could use this as a catapult. So many of you probably remember the Gavin Annoyance device that I put into his desk that caused it to buzz periodically. Now that only used one of these small Xbox controller vibration motors. The way it works is it's just a normal DC motor, but it has an unbalanced load here at the end. So when it spins, instead of just being a nice, smooth turning like you have on the wheels of a car, it causes it to shake violently. So what if we took that up a notch? I re-borrowed these 2 motors from the kids. They come off a little remote control robot thing that I built them for Christmas. It came from a kit, I'm not that smart. What I've done here to unbalance them is I taped a socket on the end of each one of them so that it gives it an unbalanced spin, and then I've just got them both plugged into this breadboard. I can set a voltage, which as we kind of talked about in the first episode, controls how fast they spin. I shouldn't have them spinning while they're sitting like that. If only I had more hands. Okay, there we go. So let's screw these to the board and see what happens. All right, now if my math is right, and I like to think it is because I haven't done any, this should be equivalent to a, let's say, 9 on the Richter scale. Oh, see, this is a nice day. We can go for a walk, no problem. Uh-oh, what's happening? Uh-oh. Now technically these motors are only rated for up to 6 volts, So let's send 12. Whoa! Woo! And that's catastrophic tape failure. Okay, so this is without any load at all. You can see it doesn't really do anything unless you unbalance the wheel. Let's dial it all the way up to 11 and see what happens. Maybe I should tape this thing down so it doesn't wander off. Experiment number 3, activate. Yes! Ooh, part of the house sacrificed itself to take out one of the gears. That'll keep those kids in their place for a little while. What? I got it. It shook it to... All right, we'll go bigger. Bigger. This is a ceiling fan I just replaced, but I think it's still got a pretty good motor in it. We just got to tear this thing apart to get to it. So let's get to stripping. You know what I meant. That's what we're looking for right there. Okay, so now I just have to mount this thing. I drilled a hole in the middle of my spring plate and used some bits and pieces left over from taking the fan apart to bolt it upside down underneath. I'm connecting it to an extension cord in an extremely unsafe manner. Don't do this. Ever. I'm an internet professional. Alec, make sure there's a graphic or something that says that. Put like professional in italics and 6 or 7 air quotes around it. Maybe a skull and crossbones. Okay, I thought it was only fitting that with this final build, I let the kids build something a little bit sturdier than the clay house. So this time it's a Lego creation up against a ceiling fan with, right now it's just weighted by a single one of the fan blade housings. Let's give it a shot. Yes! Alright, so far it's standing up, but let's see what happens if we add a little bit of weight to one of these blades. Okay, so to increase the danger and hopefully the vibration a bit, I've now taped a screwdriver in the direction of travel, so it is basically a stabbing machine now. Alright, here we go. Yes! Yes! Ooh, ooh. Whoa!
It's going crazy!
Whoa! Ha! In your face, kids!
Yay! It exploded!
No, I won! I defeated you! I broke your thing! Hey, where are you going with the car keys? Stop! Stop! Okay, so maybe you can't actually humble children after all, but you can make a stabbing machine, so upside? That's it for technical difficulties number 3. See you next time. Oh my.